Hi there, and today I'm looking at some of the old collectible LEGO Bricktober sets. Now, since 2010, LEGO has had a collaboration with Toys R Us to produce Bricktober sets during the month of October. However, I'm from the UK, and generally over the years these haven't been available in the UK. They've been available in US, Canada, other parts of Europe, and over in Asia. And since Toys R Us went bust and closed down in the whole of UK and America, these sets now are only available over in Asia. And this year, 2023, the sets have a hobby theme. So starting in late September, week by week, the sets this year are a bowling set, a camping set, a racing set, a music set, a baking set, and an arcade gaming set. And even though Toys R Us doesn't exist in the UK anymore, since 2019 all the sets have been mini builds rather than anything based around minifigures, so I haven't been particularly interested in them. However, over the years I have bought some of the minifig packs from other countries, and a few weeks ago I went way back to 2010 and bought a set of the first ever Bricktober minifigures. But before we look at my complete collection in detail, if you've gone to like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and click subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of more LEGO videos. But let's look at the Bricktober minifigures. The first sets we're going to look at are from 2013. And that year there were 3 different packs of 5 minifigures each. Now all these boxes are still sealed, I've never opened them, and all the boxes are the same apart from the coloured stripe up here and going through the middle of the minifigures, and of course the volume number, so this says volume 1 of 3 in 2013. And in the first box, the blue box, we've got 4 minifigures from the city theme and 1 jester from the kingdoms theme. The 4 city figures are actually unique to this set. The first one actually has a name, he's called Prisoner Tom. Then we've got a city policeman, this is a singer, and then a doctor. But the jester actually came in one previous set. It's a re-release from a set in 2010 which was just called Court Jester, and you just got him and a small stand. So he's the only figure which isn't unique to this set. And then onto the green box, which clearly says volume 2 of 3. And in this box all 5 minifigures are actually unique to this set. So the first 2 in pack 2 are simply called Gentleman and Lady. Next we have a pirate captain, and like I said, all the minifigures in this set are unique to this set, but that doesn't mean things like the torso are exclusive to this set. They're probably used in other sets, but the minifigure put together in this formation is unique to this set. And then this one's called Lion King. And then lastly we have an astronaut on the end, and we can't see, but that's got a standard female smiley face. And then lastly volume 3 in the box with the red stripe. And in this set the first 4 minifigures are unique to this set, but the wizard at the end isn't. So first we have a generic city motorcyclist, then a rather grumpy looking chef, a generic minifigure in a great purple outfit, a city fireman with a torso from that era, and then lastly the blue wizard, and like the jester he was a reissue from 2010, and he came in the Kingdom's advent calendar from 2010. So 3 nice collections of minifigures, but nothing particularly special here. So moving on to 2016, we got 4 sets this year. However, each set only had 4 minifigures in. But totaling up, we got 3 sets of 5 in 2013, so it was 15, whereas this year we're getting 16 in total. As with 2013, they gave each set a coloured stripe, but they added this cool minifigure graphic to show you which set you had. And this year they also gave each collection a theme. So the first box with the blue stripe is the Musicians collection. And once again in this formation, all these minifigures are unique to this set. So firstly we have what looks like a classic singer. Then we've got what looks more like a 60s singer with a great tie-dye torso. The next one I think is probably a 70s disco musician, and then lastly maybe an 80s rap artist. And set 2 with the green stripe was the Warriors collection. Again, all unique to this set, and the first one uniquely has an accessory with him, and he's a king with a fleur-de-lis pattern on his torso. Second we have a karate expert. Thirdly, what looks like a Viking warrior who's winking at us, and then fourth a cheeky cowboy. So the third box in the series with the orange stripe is the Athletes collection. So again, all unique to this set, and firstly we've got a tennis player, and they've got an accessory of a tennis racket. Second we got a race car driver, and he obviously races for Octan as he's got an Octan logo on his torso. Next we've got a windsurfer who's wearing a great pair of Speedos, and he's got that classic Paradisa torso. And then last we've got a minifigure dressed up to either play American football or ice hockey. And lastly, set 4 with the yellow stripe was the Cops and Robbers collection. As with all the other sets this year, all these figures are unique to this set, and as with 2 out of the other sets, the first figure has an accessory. So this first one is described as an undercover cop, and he's got a magnifying glass with him. Then we've got a swamp police detective. Third we've got a classic robber, and then lastly we've got a jail prisoner with his inmate number on his torso. So 2016, even though they're all fairly generic minifigures, I'd really like that they were theme based. Now in 2017 I actually managed to go to Toys R Us in the UK and buy all 4 sets of minifigures that were released. However, they are in storage, so I can't show you the actual minifigures, but I can show you images of them. And they were the classic minifigure collection, the City Jungle collection, the Lego Batman movie collection with some amazing Batman figures with 4 unique outfits to this set, and then lastly a Ninjago collection. And then with the last year of minifig packs before they went to mini builds, in 2018 we had some IPs which were outside of Lego's own. So we had Harry Potter, Jurassic World, Marvel, and Ninjago again. So starting with Lego's own IP, Ninjago, and you'll have to bear with me with some of the pronunciation here as Ninjago is not one of my specialist subjects, but all these minifigs have accessories with them. And firstly, and do let me know in the comments if I get this pronunciation terribly wrong, we have Harumi with the Onai Mask of Hatred. Next we have Jay Future. Next we have Mohawk with this really cool silver baseball bat. And lastly, Naya with an amazing decorated torso, legs and fan. And then secondly, moving on to the Marvel Superheroes collection. Firstly, we have War Machine in this amazing black and silver armour. And in 2018, this was only the third time we'd ever had a War Machine minifig. Next we have Wong, and at the time in 2018, this is the only minifigure we had of him. Another one didn't come along for 3 years later until 2021, when he appeared in a Spider-Man No Way Home set. Next we have Tony Stark, and that torso is unique to this set. And then lastly we have Bucky Barnes, who is again completely unique to this set. Next we have the Jurassic World set, and although we have 4 spaces, we only actually have 3 minifigures, as the last section is taken up by a baby raptor and a chicken drumstick. So first we have Dr. Ian Malcolm, and again in 2018 this was the first time we'd ever seen Ian Malcolm as a minifigure. So a minifigure unique to this set, and the first time the character had ever been seen in Lego form. Next we have Claire Dearing with a unique outfit to this set. Third along we have a fairly standard Owen Grady, and as I said, lastly a baby raptor and something for him to eat. And then lastly, the one I was most pleased to get, the Harry Potter set. First of all we have Madame Hooch, who's unique to this set in this formation, but whose torso had been used before in 2010. Second, a great minifigure of a great character. We've got Horace Slughorn, and again in 2018 this is the first time we'd ever seen him in minifig form. He was remade in another set in 2020, but this torso is still unique to this set and hasn't been used since. Thirdly, we've got Professor Dolores Umbridge, and in 2018 this is only the second time we've seen her. The first version was in a huge Hogwarts Castle set, which now costs an absolute fortune, so it's great to see a second version of her in 2018. We've of course had 2 other versions of her since then. And then lastly, probably my favourite character of the set and probably the whole series is Professor Snape as a boggart, and you can see him dressed up here as Neville Longbottom's grandmother with her fur around her neck and her handbag. So another 15 great minifigures and probably my favourite series. Then we jump right back to where it all started in 2010 with the first set of Bricktober minifigures. Now each one of these has a similar setup. You get your minifigure, and then that is resting on a 1x2 plate, and then that in turn is on this magnet piece with a 2x4 tile on the front, which is each numbered, and then it says Bricktober with the date the minifigure originated from. So first of all we have an Imperial Soldier, which is a reissue of a minifigure from 1989, and that was from the Pirates 1 theme. Next we have the Cavalry Colonel, which was a reissue from 1996, and he's on a dark grey magnet and plate with a light grey tile on the front. Next we have an absolute classic as a reissue Fireman from 1981, and everything's red on this one, a red magnet, a red plate, and of course a red tile on the front. And I just thought I'd show you how you can tell that he is a reissue rather than an original 1981 minifigure. Back in 1981, torsos were completely hollow, but that meant they didn't have that much grip on the legs. But by the time the reissue came along, Lego was adding these extra spikes inside to help grip to the legs better. So although our 2 torsos look identical from the front, you can see they're different on the inside. And then lastly, a classic from 1984, one of the Black Falcon Knights from the Castle theme. And to match his torso, he has all blue parts, a blue magnet, a blue plate, and of course a blue tile on the front. Now unlike the later series, which came in those nice presentation boxes, each one of these only came in a poly bag. Now I got these loose, not in their original packaging, but that's fine by me as they cost a lot less out of their packaging, and if I'd got them in their poly bags, I would have only wanted to open them up anyway. So happy Bricktober to you all with a huge collection of minifigures. Let me know in the comments below which series or pack was your favourite. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and of course please subscribe for more Lego videos.